Hi ladies, Badass Cat here with Badass Red Dress Society. And I have a question for you today. How do you view contrast? Well, what do you mean by contrast, Cat? Contrast is all around you. It is the everyday events of life which present themselves to you. For example, you're driving down the road, feeling good, singing along to the radio. Someone is right up on your bumper, honking at you, and then swerves around you and nearly clips the front of your car. You have just experienced contrast. So now you have a choice. Number one, you get upset, flip off the driver, and speed up to cut them off in retaliation. Two, you say to yourself or out loud, jerk, and feel grumpy the rest of the day, retelling your story of your encounter to anyone who will listen. Or three, you take a deep breath, allow your feelings of frustration and anger to pass. Reset yourself by turning the radio station to find a happy, upbeat song and forget about it. There are many other choices you have, yet I chose those three examples to demonstrate how you can allow contrast to impact your life from extreme to mild. You make choices by default all the time. Society teaches us how to behave through observing when contrast presents itself. So many times you go for the negative reaction and then you blame the other person, the situation, the event for your being negative and feeling bad. Since my divorce, I am living an ECNM life, an ethically and consensually non-monogamous life. This means my now husband, Mark, and I have a relationship where we have the ability to share life and love with other people as well as sex life. As we entered into our relationship over 4 years ago, we started with an expectation about what the structure of that. Yet as time went on, that expectation and situation did not work for me. I made the choice, knowing it could potentially end our relationship altogether, to talk to Mark and tell him the path we had started down was no longer the path I wanted to take. This was a huge event of contrast in our relationship. It caused months, almost a year of upheaval, emotions, and pain. Contrast in how we have choices to respond. We were responding mostly out of default. There were times where I felt Mark blamed me for negative feelings. Yet despite these feelings, he was cautious about being too quick to make any drastic responses. I was learning not to take on his feelings as my responsibility. I owned my actions, and the actions I took were ones which I felt were best for me. I know it hurt him. I was no longer going to do that. I chose to honor myself first. And because he had emotions and not fly off the handle and make any decisions which had serious negative impacts on either of us, we were able to work through this contrast and now thriving together year after year. Learning to understand the benefit of contrast has been a big part of my personal journey and has taken me several years to truly embrace and embody. Contrast itself is neutral. Contrast is the value you place upon the contrast which determines your reaction to it. Do you choose to be negative or positive? Will you choose to be hurt or to grow from the experience? Are you ready to take responsibility for creating your? You have the ability to choose your response or choose to be intentional and responsible. Badass Red Dress Society is here to walk your journey with you and help you become your authentic self along the way. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, www.bardsociety.com, for more information about my story and how to date and thrive with bards. Until next time, this is